Welcome back, my little TCLs. It's Scorpion72 with another review of the San Diego Comic-Con Mattel exclusive Filmation Hordak. Here is the packaging, the outside packaging for the figure, which is basically recycled cardboard, which is supposed to protect the figure, which it does do that. They changed it from the white cardboard that they normally was using for this one because cost-cutting reasons, but it still works the same way as the regular one did before. So here we have them in the packaging. You notice in the front it says Hordak, and it says in memory of Lou Scheimer. He's the creator of He-Man from Filmation. He passed away. Basically, there's nothing left on the back. It's basically, that's what you see in the front. So what I'm going to do is just open him from the shipper mailer box here and show you what he looks like. So this is the Filmation Hordak done in its Filmation colors. We do get Imp for the first time ever. We get a sculpted Imp. He has an extra hand down the bottom. He has his cannon hand already posed. Anybody who went to the show got a little Imp. He's able to transform into any type of shape or object and stuff. So there's a little treasure chest. If you went to the show, you got a polybag treasure chest. Anyways, on the back, we have his bio. If you want, you can pause, you can read it. Some of you guys might already have this figure already. He sold out really quick at San Diego Comic-Con. He sold it even quicker on MattyCollector.com. So now the only way to get this figure is online retailer, or maybe a Comic-Con or some type of show that somebody might have it. But right now, this guy's completely sold out. And according to them, he sold really well, which I don't blame him. It's the first time we've gotten a Hordak in this color, this scheme, and in a while. Since the Hurricane Hordak, we haven't had another Hordak that's been available. Yeah, so this guy, and even the essentials in the essential line, MattyCollector.com, he sold out there too. So other than that, this is the only way to get like a Hordak. So we do know that the 2015 coming goes through. There will be another Hordak, which is Buzzsaw Hordak, which is causing another little ruckus here and there. But for me, I'm a completist. I'm gonna get everything like I've always been. Like I haven't really. This is my first video doing a Master Universe Classics.com. You know, the other guy normally does that. I met him, pretty cool, Pixel Dan. He's the one that does the really cool videos for MastersUniverse.com. Sorry, yeah, Master Universe. I'm saying MasterUniverse.com. Masters of the Universe Classics figures. But I just decided to do a review of Hordak here, Filmation, because it's one of the ones I really remembered when I was watching the She-Ra cartoon that really stood out to me. Is like with the Imp and the way he can just transform into, like, he transforms his arms into weapons, or even change his own form into like a rocket or whatever. So it's pretty cool, and he's a very visual figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this guy up and just go through quickly articulation and everything like that, and just show you what he's all about. Hordak! Filmation Hordak, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Mattel. This Hordak represents the way he appeared in the cartoons. For those of you who are old enough or young enough to watch a cartoon, you will remember him as being this shade of color. Slight differences here with this one that they did not do was like the bones around his collar, and they did not give him more of a robotic face, which a lot of the fans complain about. But other than that, he came out quite well. I really like the way he turned out. He comes with his staff, of course. 2 armbands that are removable, so if you have ever members or anybody you want to add to the members of the Horde, you can take off these bands. They're all removable, and you can put them on there. Now, the feature about him is that he has the same, any of you who collect the Masters of the Universe classic figures, he pretty much has the same articulation, you know, shoulder articulation, biceps, bending at the elbows, wrists, do the splits, thigh articulation, knee joint, boot articulation. Mine's a little stiff, and ankle articulation. Once again, mine's a little stiff too, which is fine. That means he won't fall over. He also has waist articulation, can twist, and he has here ab crunch. The special feature about him is that his left arm is detachable. So I have to plug this out like this. And for those of you who remember the Filmation cartoon, just plug it in like this. Make sure I got it in there. He was able to transform his body parts and his body into many different things. One of them I remember the most is the rocket. And of course, his arm. He always had an arm cannon. Sometimes he transformed two arms into arm cannons, is what I'm trying to say. Other than that, he does come with an extra robotic hand that you can actually plug into the hole of the arm cannon right here. So all you just do is plug that in, and there you go. It's got kind of a grip. It won't hold his staff that very well. It'll kind of like get a pose like that at the most. But if you want to pretend you're giving somebody, grab him by the wrist or like a chokehold or whatever you want, it's kind of neat. So it's kind of cool they gave us that. For a San Diego exclusive, they could have gave us a lot more. I wish they did, like more transformation parts, seeing how that's the main thing about the Hordak from the Filmation line. Sorry, from the Filmation cartoon, is that he's always changing into different things, changing into his arms into different weapons. He does come with the imp for the first time ever made. He swivels at the head. Not sure it's not a ball joint, so I'm not gonna pop it off and risk breaking him. And he has articulation in the arms, and that's pretty much about it due to his size. His tail is curved in such a way so he can stand, so he won't be toppling over. So he's gonna go directly on my shelf with the rest of the Horde members. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to make this Hordak the definitive Hordak or not, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is before and after of the first Hordak that they had released. So as you can see, big difference to the two Hordaks. Me, I kind of put like two bats on mine because I kind of got like two Hordaks. He's actually one of my favorite characters. You can tell the color scheme is pretty different. Because if you those who read his bio, apparently the magic from Ether changed his skin color into blue. Well, his blood rose to his surface, giving this blue tint. One of the other main differences I forgot to mention is that he does not have a cape. So the neck articulation can turn quite well, and the head pops off, so you can do a switch if you wish. Like the first Hordak with the turning of the head, the cape kind of hinders that. But other than that, he's pretty much the same figure. Like I said, the only difference is changeable arms, cape, and the color scheme. So he was available at San Diego Comic Con this year and on MattyCollector.com, and he sold out quite quickly, like really fast. Apparently they were surprised at how well he did too. But you know, it is Filmation Hordak. I do wish he had a robotic head and a little bit more accessories, because in the past we've gotten a lot. Like if you remember the Rock On that we got there, the two Rock Warriors, and what was it, Vicron, I think his name was. He had like 3 different changing abilities. So it would have been cool if we got a little bit more with this Hordak. But yeah, I am satisfied with this. And my only gripe is, I think the same gripe that a lot of people had, is that they didn't give us a second head. And I think what really upset what really bothered me is the fact that they had the funds and resources and finance to do it, and they didn't do it. And that kind of like really really upsetting. It's just the fact they could have did it and they didn't do it, especially when we have our regular monthly figures that always have a second head. It would have been a great opportunity to get that out of the way right off the bat. And they said it was too cartoony, it looked like too much Filmation, but you know, us being the fans and the ones paying the money for this, it should be up to us how we want to put our figures on our shelf, because I'm sorry, King Randor is not the only one that's kind of like, you know, close to Filmation. I think there's a lot of characters that look a lot more Filmation than the rest of the figures in the line, but once again, with double heads or changeable, it should be up to the fans and the customers as to how they want to display their figures on their shelves. Other than that, great figure. Have really nothing else more to say about that. Maybe online retailers might have some available. As of right now, Manny Collector no longer has this figure, so hopefully if this is a figure you're interested in, if you don't have them ready, maybe you can check on online, and hopefully you'll be able to find one at a reasonable price. Alright, Scorpion 72. Till next time, little TCLs, take care. Keep playing.